hopefully no one comes to the office and disturbs my stream up until at least I'm done with it. I'm going to be breaking down the fights live with you, so in between, like I might be, pausing a little bit and just checking some of the information. I've already done my predictions. It's on the short section of the channel. This is basically me breaking down and giving you reasons why I chose. I mean, some of you already know that. I'm just talking to the people who are new to my streams. This is me breaking down the fights. Hopefully, the network will behave. So, yeah, let me get down to it. JJ Aldrich versus Veronica Hardy. Um, my subscribers and I picked Veronica Hardy. I just hope the network is behaving right now. My subscribers and I picked Veronica Hardy because I feel like Veronica Hardy has been improving significantly. In her last fight, I thought she would lose that one. I feel like she's a little bit slightly more well-rounded when it comes to knockouts. I think she has a little bit more power than JJ. I feel like in terms of output, she throws a little bit more than. Okay, am I wrong? Am I wrong? Okay, it seems like JJ Aldridge actually has the advantage when it comes to power. That's the honesty about my predictions. I think JJ Aldridge also throws a Hardy. You know, how did I end up picking Veronica Hardy over JJ Aldridge? Okay, JJ Aldridge throws a little bit more than Veronica Hardy. She has a slightly um, who has better defense? I mean, I'd say Veronica Hardy has good striking defense, but it's not that much of a difference between hers and JJ Aldridge's. So it's gonna be a little bit challenging because, on the other hand, Veronica Hardy is good at avoiding being hit, but at the same time, she doesn't throw as much as JJ does. But on the feet, I'd say the fight will more or less be evenly matched in terms of defense and offense. But damn, it just seems like I should be rethinking my pick, you know? But I'm sticking to Veronica Hardy, but I wouldn't be surprised if JJ Aldridge wins this one. If you're looking for, I don't know, I'll do an upsets prediction. So this might be one of those fights that I think will come with an upset, depending on who's the favorite. Let me see. And in terms of grappling, I feel like Veronica Hardy has the advantage there. I think she shoots a little bit more than JJ Aldridge. I feel like she's a little bit more successful when it comes to takedowns. I feel like her takedown defense is not that great, but she's good on the ground, so it makes a little bit more sense. And JJ Aldridge does not have that great of a takedown defense, so this means the fight will probably get to the ground. And if it goes there, I'm going to favor Veronica Hardy. That's essentially why I picked Veronica Hardy to win this one. But yeah, I think the fight will probably go to the feet, to the ground, because in women's MMA there are hardly ever finishes, and if this fight goes to a decision, I'm going to favor the grappler, especially if someone especially when you look at JJ Aldrich's takedown defense, it's not that great. So my official pick is going to be Veronica Hardy. My subscribers also went with Veronica Hardy. On to the next one. Jared Gooden versus Kevin Josed. Kevin Josed. This is Israel Adesanya's teammate, right? I think Jared Gooden is a very, very good striker. I think he's been improving recently. I feel like he has a little bit more power than Kevin Josette from what I've seen. And in terms of grappling, uh, okay, let's start with striking, right? I feel like Jared Gooden throws a little bit more than Kevin Josette. Um, but he gets hit a lot. That's the downside of Jared Gooden. Like he might throw a lot of punches, but he gets hit a lot. On the other hand, I don't feel like Kevin Josette throws that much, but on the other hand, I mean he doesn't get hit a lot, so that's the advantage of Kevin Josette. So defensively, I think Kevin Josette is better in terms of striking, and then offensively, I'd say Jared Gooden, right? So it comes down to, for me, I think I'll favor on the feet. I think I'll favor Kevin Josette because of his defense, as opposed to his what do you call it, Gooden's offense. Because for me, it doesn't really matter that much if you throw too much, if maybe you are being hit more than you throw. So like it doesn't really make sense to me. So on the feet, although I feel like Jared Gooden has the power advantage, and he throws a little bit more, which means like there's a possibility for him to catch Kevin Josette. I mean, it is possible, but when you look at Kevin Josette's defense in terms of striking, I think he has very good defense. He doesn't really get hit too much. So on the feed, I am going with. Okay, before I give you my official pick, let's look at the grappling. As far as grappling, I feel like Kevin Josette throws, or rather shoots a little bit more. Josette training with CKB probably gonna take the W. Yeah, I think that's my official pick. Kevin Josette is my official pick. My subscribers also went with Kevin Josette. On the ground, I feel like Kevin Josette shoots a little bit more. Um, I think Jared Gooden like gets a lot of the takedowns that he shoots, right? So that's the advantage for Jared Gooden. He gets a lot of the takedowns that he shoots. In terms of defense, both of them are not that great at the defense, but I think I will favor Kevin Josette on the ground for me personally. So official pick is going to be Kevin Josette. I think I've already mentioned this. I don't know why I'm repeating myself. So on to the next one. Charles Johnson versus Jake Hardley. My subscribers and I went with Charles Johnson as opposed to Jake Hardley, largely because I feel like, what do you call him? Charles Johnson has the power advantage. And in terms of striking abilities, I think Charles Johnson throws a little bit more than Jake Hardley. I think Charles Johnson has good defense in terms of striking. So he throws. He's like Jared Gooden in terms of he has the power and he has the volume, but at the same time he has the defense to avoid getting hit. So I'll get to I'll get to the what do you call it, the grappling part. But now I'm trying to break down the striking part of it. So on the feet, Charles Johnson has the power. He throws more. He has amazing defense. So on the feet, Charles Johnson. On the ground, let me see. For me, on the ground, I feel like it's going to be evenly matched. I don't think. I mean, Jake Hardley has good submissions. He's a submission threat on the ground. But I don't know, man. I feel like Charles Johnson is defensively good, so I don't think he's going to be in too much danger, even if the fight goes to the ground. I think he's going to be able to survive. I don't like Charles Johnson's takedown defense. It's not good, but apart from that, I feel like he will win. Apart from his takedown defense, I feel like he will be okay on the ground if the fight ever goes to that. So my official pick is going to be Charles Johnson. My subscribers also went with Charles Johnson. On to the next one. Billy Goff versus Trey Waters. My subscribers went with Billy Goff, and I also went with Billy Goff. Crazy amount of power. And then let's look at the striking. Damn. Going to win this one. Probably going to get the knockout. And his striking defense is not that bad. Um, yeah, I get that. I get that. What do you call it? Goff's style is a bit reckless, but I feel like he is not defensively bad, man. Like I feel like for as much as he throws, I mean, he doesn't like if he throws 100 shots, maybe he's going to get hit by maybe like 40. So I don't feel like this defense is too horrible. I like it. I like it, the balance between offense and defense. Yeah, I got Waters. He is way cleaner. He's a way cleaner striker. He's gonna use his range. I mean, I get that. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. I see a lot of you in the comments. I liking the Trey. I liking Trey Waters. I mean, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But for me, when it comes to on the feed, I feel like Billy Goff will have the advantage in terms of power, in terms of volume, and I feel like his defense, striking wise, is not that bad. Billy Goff could catch him with a KO, though he's dangerous. Yeah, that's basically what I think is going to happen. I think he's going to get the KO. And even on the ground, I mean, if he's not successful on the feet, I think he can take the fight to the ground. And I think even though Trey Waters like has submissions there, I think Billy Goff will be able to be safe if the fight ever goes to the ground. So my official pick and my subscribers' official pick is Billy Goff. So on to the next one, Tabitha Ricci versus Tisha Pennington, Tisha Torres. It is interesting because Quinlan can't seem to deal with range, so I guess I can't take away too much from it. But I have been waiting for Waters to fight again. I think he's talented. I think Billy is gonna rush and get caught. Man, Tweezy, and Cam seem to really think that Waters is going to take this one. I mean, a lot of the time, like for example, UFC 301, I got like 11 out of 13. So I haven't gotten 100% as yet. I'm approaching that, but maybe that's the fight. I could be wrong about. You seem to be convinced that Trey Waters is going to win that one, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But I think Billy Goff is going to take that one. Normally, the guy with a lot of power, the guy with a lot of volume, and who has decent defense, I feel like normally wins those type of fights. But I will just have to wait and see, man. But I'm going with Billy Goff officially, and my subscribers also went with Billy Goff. On to the next one. Tisha Pennington or Tisha Torres versus Tabata Ricci. I feel like Tisha Torres is no longer as good as she used to be. I think people are still nostalgic about the times that she used to be good, I feel like she's focusing on motherhood right now. He pieced up Quinlan with some clean striking. Yeah, it is a good fight. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that fight. Anthony Smith made me some money. How could you pick Anthony Smith? But I knew Vito was not a safe one. That's why everyone who was asking me about who to pick, I was like, stay away from the Smith fight. Anyway, let's get back to the predictions. I think Tisha Torres is no longer as good as she used to be. I think people are still stuck on her how she used to be in the past. I feel like, I mean, she's still decent. I mean, she has good defense. She has, in terms of striking, I think she's still decent. But I mean, I think it'll be more or less evenly matched on the feet. So it's women's MMA. So when a fight is evenly matched in women's MMA, just know that I don't know. Tisha Torres could win a split decision. Tabata Ricci could win a controversial fight where the MMA guru goes online and says Tabata Ricci. I mean, Tisha Torres was robbed because he picked her. I mean, like this is what I'm foreseeing. This is my official prediction. Tabata Ricci is going to win this fight, and the MMA guru is going to be upset because, for whatever reason, he will feel like Tisha Pennington won this fight because he picked him. He picked her, you know. So I think that's what's going to happen. But in this particular fight, on the feet, I think Tabata Ricci is. I got Baby Shark on this one. Yeah, I predicted on Tokaj where that's I wouldn't be willing to shoot on Smack. Yeah. Okay, let me proceed. In terms of striking, I think it will be evenly matched, but I'd give the power advantage. I'd give it to Tabitha Ricci. The submission average, I don't know, man. I think both of them are very. Before I go to grab striking, I'd say Tisha Torres. Thoughts on Minifield fight? I haven't gotten to it. I'll get to it. I think on the feet it'll be evenly matched. I think maybe Tisha Torres might have some type of an advantage because of volume, a slight one. It won't be a big advantage. In terms, I'm not liking Ricci's defense, but you know what? I think even there it's going to be give or take. Like I said, Tisha Torres is not what she used to be. People are still hoping she becomes what she was. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Maybe being in a relationship with someone who's a champion now motivated her. But yeah, I don't think both of them are good. When it comes to grappling, I think Ricci will have the advantage. And I think if the fight is going to be more or less evenly matched on the feet, I don't see Tisha Torres knocking out Ricci. So, and her takedown defense is not that great. So this fight will probably be on the ground. And I think Ricci, that's where Ricci is going to win this fight. That's why I was saying I foresee a close decision win for Ricci. And the MMA guru picked Tisha Torres. So I'm assuming he's going to be very upset that for whatever reason, Ricci is going to be controlling the fight and not doing a lot of damage, and he's going to be upset that he got the W on this one. Pennington is the man. Hey, Tweezy, I'm not gonna comment on that, man. Upside fantasy. No, I don't fight, man. I honestly don't fight. Um, but I'm working on training. I'm working on getting into training because now I'm doing interviews with local fighters, EFC, where Dricus Duplessis came from. I'm working with that promotion to do interviews on the channel. So just talking to them regularly, like it's making me want to train. So maybe I might start training. But my official pick and my subscribers' official pick is Tabata Ricci. I think the fight will play out on the ground. And it'll probably go to a decision. On to the next one. Terence McKinney versus Esteban Ribovics. Ribovici. Okay, let's see. My official pick and my subscribers' official pick is Terence McKinney. I feel like both of them have power. I think that this fight is evenly matched to some extent. It was one of the most challenging ones to predict, largely because I feel like both of them are good, in my opinion. I feel like in terms of volume, it has volume. Like he throws a lot. Yeah, good underdog pick. So yeah. I think Esteban throws a lot. So in terms of volume, I'd give it to Esteban. But in terms of defense, I think I'll give it to He's good at avoiding getting hit. And then, yeah, so on the feed, because of that, like, I normally favor the defense over offense, right? Because when your defense is offense, you are open to getting but again counted. So which is something that I feel like if the fight plays out on the field, that's what's going to happen. So that's why on the field, I think I'm leaning more towards Terrence McKinney because of his defense. He's really good defensively. I agree. I agree. It is interesting that Ribovics has yet to be finished, but I think McKinney will find it on the ground. He is fresh off a grappling match. Yeah, yeah. That's for now. I think that's why I'm on the striking side. I'm trying to just break down the striking right now. But I also agree. So on the feet, I think it will be more or less evenly matched. But I'm going to lean more towards McKinney because of his defense. Let's go to grappling and see if. Let me see. Yeah, I think on the ground, I think Terrence McKinney is going to dominate in every way possible on the ground. So I think Ribovics does not have good takedown defense, and I feel like Terrence McKinney has good submissions. I think he's very aggressive on the ground. So the fight will probably go to the ground. So on the feet, he's going to be able to be safe because of his striking defense. And if somehow he feels any danger on the feet, he's going to be able to take the fight to the ground because Esteban Ribovics. So it's going to be a little bit easier for him to take the fight to the ground. So I'm a little bit confident now in my pick of Terrence McKinney. My official pick and my subscribers' official pick is Terrence McKinney. Before I move on, let me just reply to your to your comments a little bit on this fight. Yeah, I think the grappling gives him the edge. Hopefully, McKinney finishes him before getting gassed. Yeah, McKinney gets gassed a lot. I hope so too. Let's hope McKinney does not gas. Yeah, that worries me as well. Yeah, his pace is crazy. Ulberg bringing it home. Yeah, that's my pick. Carlos Ulberg is my pick, but I'll get to him. On to the next one. My official pick, Terrence McKinney. My subscribers also picked Terrence McKinney. On to the next one, Chase Hooper versus Vyacheslav Borshev. Um, my heart wanted to go with Chase Hooper. Um, can you go through all your picks so far? Uh, my picks so far, I'm on Chase Hooper. I'm on Chase Hooper, so I'm close to the main card. I was doing prelims. So far, I've been doing prelims. So I think I'm not sure, but I think this is the featured prelim. So I'm now breaking down Chase Hooper versus Vyacheslav Borshev. So, but you can always watch the stream once I'm done. Normally, a lot of people do that. So, if maybe you want to see my previous breakdown, you can always go back once I'm done. But now I'm doing Chase Hooper versus Borshev. Yeah, so when it comes to power, I mean, Borshev is like leading in that particular department. When it comes to striking, when it comes to defense, I feel like Chase Hooper gets that one. But in this situation, even though I normally favor, defense, I feel like Borshev is such a good striker, and I feel like he's been improving. He's been making the right decisions in terms of. I heard he was going to Dagestan and these places to try and train for his striking, but largely for his grappling. So I was a little bit skeptical about this one. I wouldn't be surprised if there's an upset here. I don't know who's the favorite yet, but the upset I'm talking about for myself. Even though I feel like Borshev is going to win this fight, I can see Chase Hooper winning this fight. I feel like it's too closely matched because on the feed, I mean, Vyacheslav is the better striker, obviously, but I think Chase Hooper has some stand up, like some good stand up. Um, and on the ground, I mean, what he did to that other guy, I forgot his name. I thought he was going to win. I picked against Chase Hooper in his last fight, and I felt like he was going to lose if the fight went to the ground, and he reversed positions and submitted the other guy. I forgot his name. So it was really incredible to see. So if Boschev's ground game has not improved, he's going to be in a lot of trouble. And on the feet, the fight I feel like is going to be evenly matched, so it's a little bit challenging to actually be 100% sure who's going to take this one. So to be honest, I'm not gonna lie to you. This could go either way, in my personal opinion. I feel like this could go either way. But my official pick and my subscribers' official pick is Vyacheslav Boshev. Um, I feel like Chase Hooper's ground game and the fact that it's going to be a little bit competitive on the feet might um, give him some level of an advantage, I think. But I trust my analysis, even though when I analyzed these fights, especially for this card, I was really tired and it was at night. So I don't know if I did like thorough check him, but I'm okay with my pick for of Vyacheslav Boshev, but this could go either way. This is the one fight that I feel like it's like the women's MMA fight, like go either way in this particular scenario, or rather in this situation. But my official pick is Vyacheslav Boshev, and my subscribers also went with Vyacheslava. Let me reply to the comments before I go on to the next one. Yeah, the pace is crazy. I think Chase is gonna get knocked out. I mean, I hope so. I picked Vyacheslav for a reason. Um, agrees. Hooper isn't gonna offer power on the feed. At least, yes. That's my what I see happening. Chase Hooper does have a high pace that could overwhelm him, but I am confident on Bochaslav's power. Yeah, that's one of the things. Like it's significantly high, so that gives him a bit of an advantage. Because I think the fight will probably stay standing, but I think Chase Hooper has some level of ground game, so that could be the problem. But we'll just have to wait and see. I can't erase the Steve Garcia fight from my mind. When Hooper beat the Jordan Levitt, yeah, yeah. When Hooper beat Jordan Levitt, like it surprised me. Like I actually picked Jordan to win that fight, and I thought he was going to win it on the ground, and like he reversed it. But that was when I was still figuring out my analysis. I think my analysis has gotten significantly better now, so I'm a little bit confident. Um, size G. I don't know how to pronounce your name, man. I haven't seen you on the channel as yet, so I'm assuming that you're new. So there are predictions. If maybe you want like my full predictions, there are predictions on the shorts section of the channel of this channel. Just go to the short section. I do that on a weekly basis. This is me just breaking down every single fight and why I picked those particular people, because my predictions are normally like 30 seconds, and like it's for the entire card. So I can clearly, I think you're new. I'm not sure. Probably you've been following the channel for a while, but you haven't been commenting. But if you want to see all my picks, like they're on the shorts section of the channel. Levitt had a jagged shoulder, so I don't take that much from his last sub. Okay, thank you for that, Twizzy. I was beating myself up. Anyway, let me move on to the next one. Is this the main card? Yes. Waldo Cortez Acosta versus Rebelis Dane. This guy is an incredible striker, man. Like his last fight was insane. He's an exciting fighter. He's an exciting prospect. Just that I wish he came to the UFC a little bit earlier. I don't like his age, but clearly when it comes to power, he's a beast. So as far as striking goes, I mean, I feel like Robelis Despain throws a lot. Um, Robelis Despain throws a lot. Waldo Bautista. I think so. I think so too. When it comes to striking, I mean, it's very clear. It's like extremely clear that what do you call him? Robelis is going to win this one. He's gonna take a nap. I agree. I'm with you. The Spain doesn't have the best looking defense, but I doubt he will be able to get to him. What do you mean? Are you saying that you are going with Waldo Costa? Tweezy, are you saying that you are picking Costa? Nah, man. Like, the Spain has insane volume. He has insane power. I feel like his defense is not horrible. Like, his defense is not horrible. I think his defense, he gets hit a lot because he throws 4 times more. So if maybe Despain gets hit 10 times, he's going to throw 40 strikes in order to get hit 10 times. So I think that's where the problem is. He throws so much that it opens him up to getting hit, but he doesn't get hit a lot considering how much he throws. So I don't think his defense is that bad. I think the defense is because of the amount of strikes that he throws. He throws insane amounts of strikes. So I think that's where the defense maybe might seem like it's horrible, but I don't think it's horrible. Maybe it's being reckless, but I like the style. But we'll just have to wait and see. Spain doesn't have the best looking defense. Okay, I'm going with Spain. Oh, okay. I was like, okay. I mean, we'll just have to wait and see. I thought you were picking Acosta, but I'm pointing out his weak points. Yeah, I do agree, but I think it's largely because of how offensive he is. That's why he gets hit a lot. I think. That punch off his back foot was crazy. Yeah, and it was impressive as well. Like, yeah, my bad. I don't know what YouTube is doing. It just disconnected me. Like, it just kicked me out of the stream. But let me continue. Hopefully the network is not too horrible. Let me see. Did it remove? Oh, let me see. Let me see. I want to reply to some of your punch off his back. Punch was really crazy. His power is too much for Waldo. We haven't seen Waldo really grapple, so I side with the Spain. I just couldn't believe the line when he dropped for sure. Yeah, yeah, man. I honestly also agree, and I think also the Spain is very quickly, or rather, he's very fast. I don't know what I meant there. Yeah, both of them hardly ever grapple, and even if he does, I think the Spain is probably training grappling defense. Hopefully, it won't be too much of a problem. But yeah, my official pick and my subscribers' official pick is Robelis de Spain. My only worry is the Spain 93%, but only minus 200 odds. Yeah, there are better picks. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I hear you, man. I think this one maybe this is the fight to avoid because number one, I feel like the Spain is new in the UFC. We haven't seen him get tested on the ground, and he's fighting someone who's also on a bit of a streak. So, I mean, it's the kind of fight that maybe you might want to stay away from because there's so many unanswered questions. So it's just better to just go to the fights that you are 100% sure will go your way. I'll do an upset. I think I've been saying this a lot, but it's something new. I've done it twice, so I'll do an upset prediction. I've done an upset prediction before, and like a lot of the things that I've said, came to pass. So I'm going to do an upset predictions, and then I'll try to just dive deeper into these fights and look at the odds and tell you if this is actually worth it or not. But yeah, my official pick is Robelis Despain. My subscribers also picked Robelis Despain. On to the next one. Alex Caceres versus Sean Woodson. I think Alex Caceres, if he took, I don't know what's missing from Alex Caceres because he's super talented. Um, I feel like he could have went really far, and for whatever reason, he hasn't been able to get there. I will bet this play. Screw it. I don't see Waldo winning still. Okay, I hear you. Alex Caceres is good, but my subscribers and I have officially picked Sean Woodson. I honestly thought Charles Jourdain was going to beat Sean Woodson. Obviously, maybe the reach might have been a problem, but Sean Woodson looked good, man. Like to beat Charles Jourdain, especially in Canada when I feel like he's been improving his striking, he's been improving on the ground. I feel like that was a good win. I think Sean Woodson looked really good, and he knows how to use his reach, you know. So I don't know, man. I could see a decision win, but I think Sean Woodson has a slight power, like a little bit of power. As far as striking, Sean Woodson throws a little bit more, but his defense is not great. You know, Alex Caceres is good defensively, so yeah, that could be a problem. That could be a serious, serious problem because Alex Caceres is good defensively. I mean, Woodson is not horrible defensively, but offensively they are almost evenly matched. But when it comes to defense, I feel like Caceres is a little bit better. You know, so let me see. Do they even grapple? As far as grappling, I mean the advantage goes to Woodson. Yeah, even though Caceres has like submission threats and all those type of things, I'd say the grappling advantage will go to Woodson if he chooses to grapple. On the feet, this is another one that I feel like could go either way. I just feel like Woodson is good at using his reach, and I think he's going to find a way to win this one. My subscribers and I officially picked Sean Woodson. Let me reply to all of you before I move on from this one. Um, Spain let me see. I will bet Spain is the better striker than Pavlovich. Would you agree? Pavlovich, it's hard. I'd say that because for me, a striker is not a puncher or rather a boxer, right? And I feel like Pavlovich is a boxer. I don't think he's a striker. And I think Robelis Despain is a striker because he uses all his limbs. You know, I don't know if I've seen him use an elbow, but I think he throws it in there. I think he has a little bit more dynamic kicks than Pavlovich. So yeah, I think maybe I would agree with that. But as far as who's the better fighter, I don't know. I think I'd go with Pavlovich. Despain has a lot to prove. Let me see. How damn good is Luis Saldana? I'm not sure if I understand what you mean. Woodson has surprised me. He's so long. Yeah, like he knows how to use his reach, you know. So, and I think that's going to play a factor in this fight. Bet first round, Robelis KO. The odds will be plus money. Okay, Woodson really good. Woodson has really good defense. Yeah, yeah, I think so, but I think Alex Caceres has better defense. I'm going with Alex Caceres. I'm going with Alex Caceres on this one though. He's a dog. Yeah, I think Alex Caceres is not a bad pick. Um, I think the network is acting out, but I'm almost done. You know, he's a dog. Saldana is the one that had Woodson out, but he did an illegal move and got DQ'd or made A draw. Okay. Thanks for that. Thanks for that, man. I'd have to watch that one. Before I started the channel, full disclaimer, I started my channel last year. Before then, I used to only watch main cards, you know. It was only last year that I started to watch undercards and all these type of things. Anyway, let me move on to the next one. Diego Ferreira versus Mateus Rebecki. Um, I mean, Diego Ferreira is not that bad, but I feel like Mateus is significantly better. Probably everywhere, you know. Let me see. Yeah, I mean, Mateus is better everywhere. Offensively, he throws more. He has more power. Defensively, he's better. Let's see, grappling. I mean, even grappling, submission threads, like I think Mateus is better everywhere, everywhere. So if there was ever a lock on this card, it's Mateus. Like this is the lock. Like this is the lock. If ever you are looking for a fighter that's going to win, 100% sure. I mean, it's Mateus. Unless somehow he has cardio issues that we probably don't know about. That's the only way Mateus loses this fight. As if for whatever reason he has cardio issues, of which I feel like it's unlikely. Um, Rebecca, there was a split. Dariush can't KO you, and I'm a bet against. So you're betting against Rebecca. Really, I was thinking of Klaus. Okay, okay. No, I was surprised. Are you really picking against Mateus Rebecca? I think the only way that Diego wins this one if somehow Rebecca has cardio issues. Outside of that, whether it's on the feet or on the ground, I mean, like, I don't see Diego winning this one. So my official pick and my subscribers' official pick is Mateus Rebecca. I took Diego. He has a huge reach advantage, and that last kill against Michael Johnson got me convinced. No, he's a parlay lock. I don't know, Ken. I don't know, man. I don't know if he wins this one. Mateus, for me, Mateus is the lock. Mateus is the lock. Awaisi. Hello, Awaisi. Anyway, on to the next fight. This is the co-main event, right? Alonso Menifield versus. Oh, this is not the co-main event. This card is so good. I actually thought this was the co-main event. Anyway, Alonso Menifield versus Carlos Olberg. Hopefully, all the fight nights are this decent. Not just the things that we were receiving prior to UFC 300 and after. But anyway, let's take a deeper look. When it comes to power, this is a tough pick. Yeah. When it comes to power, I think obviously I will go with Alonso Menifield. Menifield has a lot of power, not too much, but I feel like when we talk about power, I think Menifield has it in spades. And when we talk about volume, I think Carlos Olberg throws a little bit more than, probably two times more than Alonso Menifield. And when it comes to defense, I feel like they are more or less evenly matched. So the advantage that Menifield has here is power, right? When it comes to striking, but I don't think it's too much power. Like I feel like they are more or less evenly matched when it comes to the power department. Even though Menifield has the advantage, it's slight. It's not a lot of an advantage. It's a little bit of an advantage, in my opinion. When it comes to volume, it's Carlos Olberg. When it comes to defense, I think they are evenly matched. So I think Carlos Ulberg will be able to avoid any power shots. I think Manifield is a little bit too big for me. Like he has too much muscle, or rather, I don't know what the issue is, but I feel like he should be fighting at middleweight, not light heavyweight. That's my personal opinion. I think he's a little bit slower at light heavyweight. That's basically why I don't feel like on the feet. And then on the ground, I mean, obviously, CKB boys are not always great on the ground, but they are good at defending takedowns. So I don't see this fight going to the ground. I feel like Carlos Ulberg will be able to avoid any ground exchanges. This will probably be on the feet, and the likelihood of what's going to happen is Manifield is probably going to get a knockout in the first round, or Carlos Ulberg is going to get a decision. I don't think Alonso Manifield is going to win this one. I'm just saying there's a probability of that happening, because it's light heavyweight, man. Like a lot of things can happen. Let me reply to. So my official pick and my subscribers' official pick is going to be Carlos Ulberg. Um, this is I think Manifield could upset. I still needed to research more. Okay, Ulberg will make Alonso look slow. Yeah, that's what I think. Size G. I think Carlos will be too fast. I think Carlos will be too fast for him. Um, and because of his volume, he's going to overwhelm him, and he might actually even knock him out because of the volume and frustrating him by moving out of the way of his shots, and that will get him tired and frustrated, and it will open him up to getting knocked out. So that's how I think the fight will play out. Oberg will be moving around a lot. Manifield will be missing a lot, and that will get him tired. That will get him frustrated. That he's a little bit slower, and Carlos's volume plus the little bit power that he has, I think it's going to win him this fight. Um, when it comes to grappling, I mean, I don't see the fight going to the ground. I feel like I don't see Minifield being able to take him to the ground. I think Ulberg is the better striker than Jacoby. Agree? Um, I don't know, man. It's hard to say. It's hard to say, but potentially. I haven't seen enough from Carlos Ulberg to say that he's better than Jacoby. Um, Kemba, yeah, let's just hope he doesn't get caught by Manifield. Yeah, that's the only way I see Manifield winning this fight. But I think Manifield is a little bit slower than Carlos Ulberg, so I don't see anything dangerous that Manifield will throw that is going to land. Um, so that's basically my issue. I think Carlos Ulberg will be a little bit faster. I don't see any good win on Ulberg's record, so this might be dog or pass for me. Okay, Ulberg is too pretty to get hit. Right, McCarthy? You guys, the things you say, MMA fans. Anyway, on to the next one, the co-main event, the true co-main event. Joaquim Butley. I'm sorry, I was thinking about Silva because of UFC 302. So Joaquim Butley versus Nasultan Ruziboyev. I've been high on this dude for a very long time. I think Ruziboyev has a bright future. I see a top contender. I see a potential future champion in Ruziboyev. I feel a lot of people are not liking this guy because he's fighting at welterweight. Wasn't his last fight at welterweight? Can you guys help me with that? I don't think this is his debut at welterweight. I mean, I think his last fight was at welterweight. You know, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't it at welterweight? I think so. But anyway, as far as power goes, I think I mean Joaquin Buckley's department. I think Joaquin Buckley has the power advantage. Joaquin Buckley has a slight advantage when it comes to volume. Um, when it comes to striking volume, when it comes to defense, I feel like Ruziboyev is better. Um, so I think Ruziboyev is significantly better defensively. So it's going to be very hard for Joaquin Buckley to land anything. And normally, when Joaquin Buckley misses a lot, he gets a little bit frustrated. And I don't think he's going to shoot a takedown on this guy because that advantage won't be there in this fight because Ruziboyev is really good on the ground. So the advantage, because that's what normally happens. If Buckley is unable to hit you, he starts to shoot takedowns. So I don't know if he's going to have any advantage here when it comes to takedowns. I think it's going to be increasingly difficult for him to hit Ruziboyev. I don't see Buckley doing any sort of. I mean, honestly, I don't see Buckley winning this one. Apart from the fact that Ruziboyev is fighting at welterweight, I think he should be at middleweight, but I don't think that's going to make too much of a difference. On the feet, even though Buckley has power, I don't think he's going to be able to land any clean shots. Um, because of also the reach and a variety of other things, I don't see him being able to do a lot of damage, on the feet. And as a result, I feel like Ruziboyev is going to win. I hope the cardio won't be an issue. My subscribers' official pick and my official pick is Nur Sultan Ruziboyev. Jacob 559. My lock is Mateusz Rebecki. I think Mateusz Rebecki is definitely going to win that fight. Let me see. Let me reply to your comment. This was hard for me, but I'm going with Ruziboyev. Yeah, I also love Joaquin Buckley, man. I think he's more marketable. I think he's entertaining on the microphone. Like I like it. I like his personality. I love his fighting style. But I don't know why the UFC would match him up with this guy. Maybe they want to see how good he is. I don't know. But I don't think he's going to win this one. I would have liked to see Ruziboyev versus Kevin Holland because, I mean, Kevin Holland doesn't seem like he wants to take his career seriously because for whatever reason, he's always almost at the top, but he never gets there. So I think Ruziboyev should have faced Kevin Holland as opposed to Joaquin Buckley because it seems like Joaquin Buckley could have gotten like some few favorable matchups like against the what do you call it? What do you call him? The guy who fought Ian Gary last. Jeff Neal. I think Joaquin Buckley should have been matched up with Jeff Neal. I think he would have maybe done a little bit better in that fight as opposed to them giving him Ruziboyev, who's so complete. And we all know that you know okay, let me not politic. Let me just reply to your comments and move on to the main event. It was hard for me, but I'm going with Ruziboyev. Yeah, I went on a rant because I also want Joaquin Butt to be successful, man. I think he's going to be a really good. Um, he can be a money making machine in the UFC if they get behind, maybe give him a little bit of favorable matches just for him to, at the very least, improve. I'm not saying give him favorable matches forever, but give him some matches that will give him the ability to improve over time, so that when he faces people like Ruziboyev, he'll be a little bit more complete. But in any case, let me. Silva broke my heart. He face planted. Just to get held back. Twizy, why would you pick? Oh, but I remember in my upsets video, I did say that Silva has a shot at winning that fight. And yeah, I guess I hear you, but they both looked gassed. I wasn't really happy with that. But what can we say? Um, Let me see. What else did you say? He needs to use his grappling this Saturday. Come on, Ken Babi. Do you really think that Joaquin Buckley is going to be able to outgrapple Ruziboyev? I don't think so. Or are you talking about Ruziboyev using his grappling against Joaquin Buckley? It was 185. Wow, damn. Was he fighting at 185? I thought it was at welterweight. So this is his debut. I mean, I think fighters from that region are very disciplined. Look at Hamza Chimaev. Despite the fact that he was killing himself to make welterweight, I mean, he was making welterweight and he's still undefeated. So I think fighters from that region, even though he's moving down, I don't think it's going to be too much of a detriment to his fighting style or abilities. Middleweight. I think Ruziboyev is also a future champion. Sounds crazy, but true. Yeah, I agree with you, Ryan McCarthy. I also think Ruziboyev is a future champion. Um, I just feel like he shouldn't be moving to up and down. And I don't know where he's going at welterweight because I think there are easier fights at middleweight than at welterweight. Welterweight is full of very complete fighters, and on top of that, he's killing himself to make that weight. But I mean, it's his decision. He's the athlete, so there's nothing we can say. But I still think he's going to win this fight. But I don't feel like he's a lock for me. My lock is Mateus Rebecki. Um, Let me see. I'm trying to reply to your comments before I go to the main event. Buckley moved down and is on a 3-0 streak. He made me money on his last card. Yeah, I think I also picked Buckley on the last fight. I think did I? No, did I? Who did I pick? Didn't I pick Luque? I think I picked Luque. I'm not sure. But I want Buckley to be successful, man. Like it's very entertaining. His fighting style and his presence on the microphone, I think it's very dope. Who's the lock? Um, I think I answered that. Nasutan Ruziboyev is a safe lock. Nah, I don't know. I don't think Ruziboyev is a safe lock because he's going to welterweight. It's it's an unknown situation, so I don't like locking fighters like that. Also, Buckley has power. Something might happen and he might land a shot that puts him out. I don't think that's going to happen because Roziboyev has good defense, but because of the weight cut and because of the amount of power and aggression of Buckley, anything can happen. So I don't think he's a lock. The lock for me is Mateus Rebecki. Cam, dude, that was a killer card for me. I had Manon, Buckley, Nelson, Rosie, White Man Pali. Wow, you made a lot of money that night. Buckley has a scary power though. Yeah, that's what I mean. Rosie Max Bet. What are you saying? 1 million, Jacob? JK. Oh, okay. I was like, no, no, no. Yeah, Tweezy. Rebecca is a lock, man. Like that's my lock. Say he's my lock. Okay, okay. I don't have a solid pick on this one yet. Um, Need to dig into it more. Roziboyev needs to show off his grappling skills and stay out of the striking match with Buckley. Yeah, I agree. I think Roziboyev should just grapple and just avoid trying to strike because he could get caught and lose that fight. But what I've seen is grappling tires out a lot of fighters. So if you do decide to grapple, just know that you're going to have to do that the whole entire fight because a lot of fighters, once they start grappling, I don't know what it does to their bodies, but they are unable to go back to striking. They are a little bit slower when it comes to striking. So when you start grappling, you have to commit that you're going to do that for the rest of the fight. Roziboyev reminds me of Rachmanov. Yeah, same here. Not another Holland fight. I mean, Holland needs to face dangerous people. I think he's been getting favorable matchups, and Now he has to be tested because it doesn't seem like he's trying to improve. I love Holland, but he needs to work on improving. He's where he was when he fought Hamza Chimaev, and Hamza Chimaev like has improved since then. So I feel like he needs to improve. He has to also go up the rankings. You can't be stagnant in one area. You can't win one, lose one, win one, lose one. I mean, those are the people who should be fighting Ruziboyev. That would have been a good one. Yeah. Um, Honestly, the Luke win looked like he didn't plan to win. Zero submission attempts while on the Lucas guard, super suspicious. Yeah, he didn't do much to try to win that fight. I agree. We're talking UFC. Yeah, Rip, we are talking UFC, man. I'm predicting the upcoming fight night. I mean, it wasn't mad. I wasn't mad at my pick. He performed mid, but almost had him. I guess, I hear you. Alex Pereira gonna be triple champ. Nah, man, he's not beating Aspinall. Aspinall is too good, man. Unless if John Jones fights him. But even then, John Jones is going to take him down and submit him. It's not gonna be a three. I don't know what would happen, but Pereira is not gonna beat Aspinall. He's not gonna beat John Jones. John Jones is going to grapple him, and Aspinall. I mean, whether he chooses to strike with him or take him down, I don't see him beating either the interim or the main champion. Rebecca hasn't had a tough fight. He is beating on lower tier fighters. I'm not convinced. Cam Babi, that might be true, right? But normally what I've seen is when these fighters beat on lower level fighters dominantly, even if they jump up competition, what happens is they end up getting a decision but again, a win via decision. So let me make an example with Umar. Even though Umar like is good, I feel like he's a future champion. Normally, or Hamza Chimaev, yeah, Hamza Chimaev is the perfect example. Hamza Chimaev was dominating everyone at the bottom and even Li Jinglian. But the moment he fought, what do you call him? The Brazilian guy, I'm sorry, and Gilbert Burns, he went to a decision, but it's also because he was making bad decisions in that fight. So ever since he's been going on a decision run, so lately, except when he fought Kevin Holland. So I think even if someone is beating up lower level fighters, as long as he's doing it dominantly, whenever he faces someone who's on their level, they will most likely get a decision. So I think Rebecca is a lock. My only concern is he doesn't have any cardio issues. Um, was better than Ferreira. At least Charles Johnson is a lock. Nah, like Austin Lane. I didn't pick Austin Lane, by the way. I would never pick Austin Lane. I think Jake is gonna take Charles Johnson to the ground and drown him in dirty water. We shall see. We shall see. Holland basically retired after the Chechen fight. I'm not surprised it's not the same. Yeah, I agree. I think he retired after fighting Hamza Chimaev. He was with American top team. That's one of the best. Yeah. If Gamrot KOs you and Johnson was going to just fight against Ferreira until the KO ended. I can't side with Ferreira. Yeah, guys, I've been talking to you for too long. Let me finish up these predictions. Like we are at 1 hour. Derrick Lewis versus Rodrigo Nascimento. You guys are making this stream too long, guys. Like the people who are supposed to watch this are not going to watch it. They'll be like, "What? 1 hour? Not gonna watch that." But this was fun, I think. I would watch it. Anyway, let me finish up. I have to do upsets. I have to do early predictions for UFC 302. Like, there's a lot that I have to do, and I'm sitting here talking to you. You guys are a bad influence. I'm not replying to comments anymore. Um, Derek Lewis, number one, is older. I know it doesn't mean that much at heavyweight, but he's getting to an age whereby he's a little bit older. But I can tell that he's taking his career a little bit more seriously, which is sad because I wish he had done this when he had the ability to become a champion. But I can see that he's taking his career a little bit seriously. Even though what do you call him? Jailton Almeida was lying on him. I felt like Derek Lewis looked good in that fight. He looked dangerous the whole entire fight. But it could also be because Jailton Almeida is a smaller guy, so maybe that's why he looked strong. He didn't feel like he wasn't fighting a real heavyweight. Almeida should go to light heavyweight. So another thing is, man, like he lost to Taito Ivasa, and Taito Ivasa has went on a losing streak since beating Derek Lewis. So I don't know how good he is. I feel like Rodrigo Nascimento is a little bit more well-rounded. Um, but obviously, on the other hand, I mean, like he's not impressive, but I feel like he has enough tools to actually be able to beat Derek Lewis because Derek Lewis, it's hard to man, it's hard to pick against Derek Lewis, largely because my official pick. I need to say this now. My official pick is Rodrigo Nascimento. My subscribers went with Derek Lewis. But for me personally, the age, the his lost performance, like he struggles in a variety of areas that it's kind of difficult for me to actually feel like he's going to win this one. Whereas I feel like Rodrigo Nascimento is a little bit younger, he's more well-rounded. There's so many things that are going for Rodrigo that it's difficult for me to actually see Derek Lewis winning this fight. I mean, he might. That's also a possibility. I just don't feel like he will. I think we are approaching the end of Derek Lewis's career. But yeah, the power thing, I mean, that's the only thing that concerns me. I mean, if you don't grapple Derek Lewis and you try to strike, you have to be Cyril Gahn or Tom Aspinall in order to beat Derek Lewis on the feet. And if you're not that fast, it's going to be very problematic for you. But I'm going to trust my analysis here. Even though my heart says Derek Lewis, I'm going to trust my analysis and I'm going to go with Rodrigo Nascimento. My subscribers officially picked Derek Lewis. You guys have made me make an hour-long prediction video. You guys, let me reply. I'm leaving, guys. No one should comment. Like I'm done. I'm talking. I'm done talking. Lewis stuffed more takedowns than Blades. Wow. Wow. I just need Lewis to get one good touch and it's over. Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm concerned about. Like Lewis just needs one shot. And that's what concerns me. But I'm going with Nascimento, one of the hardest people to predict. Yeah, it's very hard because he only needs one punch to end the fight. That's probably one of the most difficult things about predicting a Lewis fight. And even though I'm going with Rodrigo because I feel like he's a little bit more complete, he's not fast. And if you're not fast against Lewis, then the probability of you getting knocked out is high. So I'm not super confident with my pick, but my analysis says Rodrigo, so I'm going to listen to it because it's been doing really nice things for me. So I'm not going to disrespect it now. Knee against the Lima was bonkers. Yeah, that was crazy. Guys, I'm going to do early predictions for UFC 302. Is it 302? Yeah, 302. If the network is good, maybe I might do it today. I'm also going to do upset predictions for this particular card. I can't believe I made a prediction video that's an hour long. 1 hour, 10 minutes. I've never done a video this long before. But I was enjoying every moment talking to you in the comment section. This was nice. I enjoy this. I enjoy this with all my heart. That's why I do this. He struggled against Dontel Mays. I'm not convinced. I mean, Dontel Mays is not that horrible, man. Like, don't be like that. I mean, he looked good in his previous fight. I think he looked good. So yeah, I'll see you guys. I'm going to be doing. I need to do two more streams, important streams. Like I said, predictions for UFC, early predictions, not official predictions because I still have to do research for that. I do early predictions for pay-per-views, and I'm going to do an upset prediction. So until I see you next time, I love and appreciate all of you. You too, man. Everyone who was joining me live, I appreciate all of you, and even those who didn't join me live, I still appreciate all of you. See you next time. Deuces.